Y'all, it's the French man, not the French man, the one that go viral all the time. In this episode, I kind of just want to take a deeper dive into just talking about hoops. Just talk about this clout culture and how this clout culture is pretty much hurting these kids. I think this clout culture is hurting these kids from developing, from actually getting better. So I kind of just wanted to give you my take on that and what I feel like it needs to change, because this is something that's really been bothering me, because since I'm in the game, since I'm on the ground, my feet are on the ground with these kids each and every day, whether I'm coaching them, whether I'm training them, whether I'm going to their games, or whether I'm talking to their coaches. We all have something in common that we hate, and that's this clout
Why
culture.
do they call us the can man? Cause anybody can get
Quiet your mind. You're too busy worried about time, my boy, be patient. You gotta be patient. Cause life don't always come at your speed.
This clout culture is 100% ruining the game. This video is for every director who have rankings that have a camp that follow that rankings, or vice versa, that have a camp that follow the rankings. This is for you. Take this however you want to take it. If you are participating in this type of action, you are the reason why we are getting the worst product at the grassroots level that we have probably ever seen, because of you. So those who come up with all of these, pay $300 and $400 and $500 for these camps, and then you do a ranking after, and only people in that ranking is the kids that went to your camp, this is for you. I want to start off with the basics. What is the real reason why these kids hoop anymore? Because I think these kids hoop for clout now. It's not the love of the game no more. It's not the love of the game where you get up early in the morning on a hot Sunday, or you get up in the morning in the summertime where you go hoop with your friends. Y'all go walk down the street or walk to the park and hoop or whatever. It's not that no more. It can't be, because let me tell you why it's not that. Every kid you know got a highlight tape. Every kid you know want to play on the EYBL level, and guess what? Not only they want to play for the EYBL teams, they'll pay for it. That's a problem. So not only are we having a basketball problem, we having the love of the game problem. And half of the time, I really think these kids are playing the game of basketball because their parents want them to play basketball, or these parents want to live out their dreams through their kids. And because of that, you're starting to see a bullshit product. And that's why you see every kid has a highlight tape, even if it ain't nothing but fast break layups. Every kid gonna have a highlight tape now. Every kid gonna have them a highlight tape where 5 minutes of the highlight video is gonna be of them in warm-ups making wide open layups in the warm-ups, or looking around, looking cool with their camera out. I don't know. It's just gonna be lame. That's why you can see a kid lose by 30 and post a 4-point highlight tape because of that. And it's because of this culture that these athletic directors or these AAU directors then created with this. Oh, let me rank these kids. It's 75 rankings in Houston right now. It's 75 people that rank kids in Houston. I don't get it. In newsflash, that shit don't mean nothing. We got 75 pointless rankings in Houston right now. You got this guy who own this AAU team want to rank kids. You got this guy who own this media company who want to rank teams. You got this guy who got a video camera, and now he go to a couple games, and certain people didn't pay for their highlights, and now you own this person rankings. And it's like, bruh, stop lying to these damn kids. Y'all don't have no rankings, and y'all rankings don't mean a goddamn thing. There's not a coach who is pulling up your rankings and saying, I'm going to come to such and such rankings because you got them ranked and such on this AAU team. That's a damn lie. And I'm tired of y'all running game on these kids' parents doing that. Reason why you seeing these kids hooping for clout now, blame the adults. The adults coaching for clout now. You don't have adults doing AAU or developing kids out of the kindness of their hearts no more. You got these adults who coaching the game for clout, who on social media for clout, who doing all these interviews for clout. All of this stuff is for clout, and I know because I'm in it. I'm watching it. I'm seeing it. I go to the games where y'all say y'all got this kid ranked, that kid ranked, and I'm looking like, you a damn lie. Ain't no way this kid better than this kid, but you got him ranked in front of him because he went to your damn camp. You ought to be a damn shame of yourself when it comes down to that. I know I might sound a little pissed off or a little what they call the old head talking, because I see right through the bullshit. I don't look at bullshit and you're not finna spit on me and tell me it's raining. Like, I know what y'all trying to do, and it's not cool. I talk to these kids' parents when these kids' parents be, when they crying about they kid not actually getting a scholarship, but this kid been ranked since he was in 9th grade, now he in the 12th grade, and this so-called scholarship that he don't got it no more. I talk to these parents. So why y'all feed these parents lies and taking their money and having these parents break the bank and sell their house behind their kids' dreams when you lying to them? Nah, somebody got to say something. I'm the one that's gonna say something though. I'm the one that's gonna. If you really want to know where your kid is at, send them to me. I tell you the truth. I ain't gonna lie to them. I'm gonna tell you the cold, hard truth about this. Ain't no lying to this. So you wonder why, like I said, every kid got a highlight tape. Every kid looking to play on the EYBL level, and they'll actually pay for it. You know how insane that is? You want to play on the EYBL level so bad that you're gonna pay for it? I'm gonna give you an example. Team Drenchman, the EYBL team. And underneath Team Drenchman, there's 1,500 teams that say, oh, this you play on the EYBL team. No, you don't. You pay for the EYBL team. You don't play on the EYBL team, brother. You pay for the EYBL team. While you thinking because this team is up here and got 75 grassroots teams, you think you play on the EYBL? No, you don't. You pay for the EYBL team. I know that's gonna mess up a lot of y'all hustle, but y'all need to stop hustling these parents. Just tell them the truth. Just tell them you don't got no you don't got no EYBL team. Be honest with your kids' parents and say, listen, we don't got no EYBL team, but we play up under the EYBL team. We are part of their organization. Now I can't guarantee you that I'm gonna get you an EYBL spot. I cannot guarantee you that. Because the EYBL is a business and Nike sponsor these teams. So I can't put your trash ass son or daughter on that team. I can't guarantee you that they're going to make that team. Why don't you just be honest? So the parent can take their money and decide if this really what they want to do. So the parent can stop chasing clout. But you know what's happening? You got these coaches and these directors telling all these parents, hey, put him on this team. He going to be on the EYBL team. He going to be on the EYBL team. Then when the EYBL team come, your kid ain't on that team. Your kid was never going to get on that team either. That's the problem that I have with this. That's why I'm on here. That's why this episode is dedicated to all these scammers, all these Ponzi schemers that are taking these kids' parents' money, hard-earned money that they spending, stealing from them because you doing it for clout. These directors and coaches trying to get more clout than the kid. To me, that don't make no sense. And these people that want clout, all these coaches and these directors that want clout, you ain't got no substance behind why you trying to get that clout. Like you ain't that guy. You're not that guy like that's well respected that you need clout. Nobody care for you. Don't you get it twisted. They care for the kid, not you. I will never coach a team where I'm more important than the kids that I'm coaching. Oh, I will never train a kid where I'm more important than the kids that I'm training. That's what we seeing now. That's what we starting to see now. And it's starting to get ridiculous by the day. We got way too many clowns that's gatekeeping the clout on social media. They pretending like they so genuine and like they the real ones. And we know you're not. Like I said, behind all these rankings come that director trying to sell a camp. So if you notice, your kid went to this ranking and you know damn well your kid not the third, fourth, fifth best player on this high school team, middle school team, elementary school team, and you ranked in the top 10, now you know damn well that dude just sold you a dream and you lying. So parents, do me a favor. Stop going to all these goddamn $500 camps. I'm gonna pay $500 to send my kid to a camp. Bro, $500 to send your kid to a camp for him to do what? Leave with a t-shirt and a social media post about a ranking? That's cap? Your kid can't dribble. How the hell he ranked? He can't dribble. He can't even make a layup. Your kid can't even get in the game, can't play defense. How he ranked? Come on now. Somebody got to tell you the truth, and I'm going to tell you the truth. You just paid $500 so that guy at that camp can continue his career. You didn't pay $500 for your kid to get better for no exposure. No. You earn exposure. You don't pay for exposure. You don't start paying for exposure until you become an adult and you trying to get in the NBA. As a kid, you don't pay for exposure. You earn it. So to think that you can pay a certain amount of money to go to this camp to get an exposure is cap. That's not how that works. That's not how they go. But somebody got to tell you that, and I'm the one that's gonna tell you that. Like I said, there's way too many clowns in this AAU world that's gatekeeping. Another thing that I see is you got people that you can pay to do a write-up on you. Y'all pay for a write-up so you can post it on your social media. What is the logic behind that? What is the logic behind you paying for somebody to do a write-up on you so you can post it on your social media? What do you expect? Would you expect Duke to be following you? So Duke see when you posted this on your story, you got 500 followers and you posted a write-up by nobody on your story, and you think college coaches is gonna look at that and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna recruit you because the average Joe Blow that nobody knows ever says, oh, you're this type of player, you're this cat. Why would you pay for that? Why did you pay for that? You're not nobody. You're not nobody. But somebody got to tell you this. We gotta start telling these parents that, because if nobody tell these parents that, they don't know. They don't know. It's obviously they don't know. I keep trying to tell parents, and I tell parents when they come to training as well too. It's not gonna be up to you. You can pay as much money as you possibly want as a parent. That don't dictate the way your kid's dream go when it come to this basketball stuff. You can only pay so far before it catch up and people realize you paid for that. And you're gonna run out of money before your kid get that opportunity. If you are paying for training and your kid does not love basketball, stop. If you are paying for training and you got to tell your kid to go hard in every single drill, stop. Stop putting your money behind a kid who's not invested in it. You should not be more invested than your kid. That should not happen. So before you pay that $75, to Drench Man Sports, make sure you have that conversation with your kid and say, are you really, really serious about playing basketball? Because if you're not serious about this, I don't want you to think money is like that. I don't want you to have that relationship with money to where you just start not being serious, just spending money on whatever, because before you know, you're gonna be an adult. Life don't work on you spending money on foolishness that you're not really invested in. That's fake. Some of these kids need that reality. So I need some of y'all parents to wake up and start telling y'all kids that. Start telling your kids that, hey, money ain't growing on trees. If you ain't really invested in this, if you ain't really serious about this, if you ain't gonna do stuff on your own, I'm not finna keep spending my money on this. I'm not finna keep allowing you to waste my time, waste my money. So before y'all commit to a trainer, or before y'all commit to AAU where y'all traveling on the road, make sure your kid's serious and not wasting your damn money. Because that's happening right now. Don't get out the way. Get out the way, let somebody else get in there. Might as well. All I'm saying is it's way too many trainers, directors, and these quote unquote professionals lying to y'all and lying to these kids and their parents about what this AAU stuff is. These AAU directors is running the biggest pimp slick back game on y'all parents that I've ever seen. And it's just ridiculous. I'm back again. I'm talking about AAU. And I know I done this last year, but I'm back for another year. Newsflash. These coaches do not give a damn about y'all kids. They don't. They do not give a damn. They only want your money. Because if they can't be honest with you, this is the test. Go to that coach and say, hey, I want you to be honest with me about my child. Do you think my child has a chance to make his high school basketball team? Do you think my child has a chance to make varsity by such and such? What do you see in my child? And if they give you an answer where you know it's not true, pick up your money and go. They don't give a damn about y'all. All they want to sell you is a dream. If these directors telling y'all, we got Nike uniforms, we got Nike backpacks, we got Nike socks, we're gonna travel to Ohio, then the next week we're gonna travel to Wisconsin, then we're gonna travel to Connecticut. And you gotta do that in order to get on these coaches' roster. You gotta go travel, and by the way, you're gonna pay for everything too. You're gonna pay for the hotel, you're gonna pay for the flight, you're gonna pay for everything. All of that is sold separately, but you still gotta pay your $599 a month every day, and you gotta pay an extra $100 fee for training, and you gotta pay an extra $100 for practice. If your AAU director is telling you that, and you don't think that they running a damn Ponzi scheme on your ass, you the problem. You need to look in the mirror, because that's garbage. That is cap. That's cap. If you are on a team that's supposed to be quote unquote the exposure team, and you paying every flight, you paying for every shoe, you paying for everything, and they not paying for nothing, how is this beneficial? Why you can't get that? So you basically paying for exposure. So at the end of that AAU season, and you got to ask yourself that mighty question: did your kid get better? Is your kid in the same situation that he was in when the season started? Meaning no offers, no interest, no nothing, just a broken pocketbook. If that's the case, trust me, you need to go look yourself in the mirror, and you need to be worried about how you failing your child, because you failing your child. Because by the time that kid get to the 12th grade, he gonna been and did all of that and wonder, why the hell I ain't got no offers? Why the hell ain't no coaches calling for me? Because your kid ain't developed. Your kid don't know how to play defense. Your kid don't know how to pass the ball. Your kid don't know how to communicate on defense. Your kid don't know how to practice the right way. Your kid don't know how to train the right way. Your kid ain't on no schedule. Your kid ain't on no type of path to success, because you've been fooled by a Ponzi scheme by all these AAU directors and these exposure tournaments. Another thing, as far as the live period, everybody talks about, hey man, it's a live period. We're gonna have coaches at the game and all of this stuff and blah blah blah. Let me ask you something. Do y'all think at 8 o'clock in the morning that college coaches is gonna storm in the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning at a junior high school and there's 7 teams that's playing? You really think a college coach in there? Cap. It's not a college coach in there. Why are you even worried about that? You're not ready for college for you to be even thinking about a college coach to come see you. Why are you even worried about that? You don't work on your game? You don't study the game? You don't work on your body. You don't have no type of discipline and you worried about is a college coach coming to see you. Why are you trying to get lucky and you trying to scheme, you trying to scam a college coach out of giving you a scholarship when you know damn well you don't deserve it? Not that it's going to happen because it's not going to happen, but that's basically what you're telling yourself when you don't work on your game. You don't do nothing that involve a disciplined schedule of basketball, but you're going to try to wait on the college coach to sneak in the gym and offer you something. That's fake. That's in the fairy tale world. That shit ain't real. Stop it. Stop it. The point that I'm trying to make about all of this is the reason why we getting watered down product and we seeing a bunch of kids who are not properly developed, who feel that they're entitled, and they're totally guided in the wrong direction because of the clout chasers on Instagram, the clout chasing AAU directors, the clout chasing AAU coach, the clout chasing personal trainer. That's why these kids ain't developing how they supposed to develop, because it's no longer about the kids no more. It's about the cha-ching and the bling. That's it. Look at me on Instagram. I coach this team full of dogs. Don't nobody got more kids than I do. Don't nobody get more kids than I do. That's what it looked like. All these kids really think they hooping because they know how to shoot threes from half court, but they can't dribble, make a basic pass. They don't play no defense. They can't function in a half court set, but they got that picture on Instagram that look like they got super motion. They got more motion than little baby 4PL on Instagram. They got 1,000 likes on that picture, but when you go to their game and they got 0 points, they can barely even dribble, but they got motion on Instagram. You got that motion on Instagram. You live. Hey, that's all I'm saying. I've been sitting back in the cut and I've been watching everything. I ain't been saying nothing. I've been keeping quiet. I ain't been dissing nobody and I still ain't dissing nobody. But all I'm saying is I see through the fake. I see this is cap. I see, another thing that I see. Oh my God. Stop posting these fake ass offers. Listen. These offers that y'all posting be fake. Not for everybody, but for most people. They be fake. Listen to this. If you do not have a relationship with the head coach, meaning if you cannot call him, hey, Coach Calipari, hey, Coach such and such, how you doing, blah, 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 and that coach don't pick up the phone, you do not have an offer. Somebody within that organization is lying to you, or somebody that's a friend of that organization is lying to you. If you cannot text the head coach and he texts you back and say, hey, such and such, let's meet, let's talk, blah, 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 whatever y'all want to do, you do not have an offer. I would hate for you to think that you have an offer in the 3rd grade and then you end up at DeVry University by the time you're a senior. I would hate for that to happen to you, because that definitely happens. You got these kids that's posting this offer when he say he in the 9th grade. Oh, I'm offered by Michigan State. I'm offered by Purdue. And then by the time they're a senior, they going to Pentecostal Christian College. Nothing against Pentecostal Christian College, but that's the offer that they posted. They going to Baytown City College. But I thought you had an offer by Purdue. Cap. Stop doing that. And that's part of the reason why these kids don't think they need to get better, because they can post a fake ass offer that they got in 3rd grade and then they coast. And ain't nobody say, hey, bro, didn't you have an offer in 3rd grade? Why the hell you going to DeVry University? Why you going to go walk on at such and such? Because you don't have no offer. Stop posting that crap. So many things that's wrong with this grassroots developmental basketball that is starting to look like these kids is looking forward and they ain't looking at themselves in the mirror. Like, how you looking forward to college offers when you can't even look in the mirror and look at what you are right now? Because right now you can't dribble. Right now you can't shoot. Right now you can barely dribble or you can barely shoot. You don't play no defense. You can barely get minutes on your high school team without your parent going to the coaches and threatening the coaches that they gonna turn them into the athletic director. But you looking at a college scholarship. How you doing that? we got to quit looking ahead and look at ourselves in the mirror right now. Stick to the basics. Don't get ahead of yourself. Because once you start getting ahead of yourself, who told you that there was a scholarship on the side, on the other side of your hard work? Who told you that? Who told you that because you work hard that there's a scholarship on the other side of that? That's not guaranteed. You can work as hard as you possibly can sometimes, and the cookie just don't crumble that way. But for some reason, we think if we play AAU, we think if we have a basketball trainer, we think if we play for the AAU team with the Nike across our shirt, that guarantees you're going to get a college offer. No, it don't. It don't. And part of the reason why it don't is because you playing for the wrong reason. You looking for a handout instead of trying to better yourself, self-developing. But that's the problem. And as a trainer, I'll say this because it's not fun training kids who don't understand basketball. And it's not even about being fun. It's not even so much about that to me. It's more about the fact that a lot of these kids don't really need basketball trainers. A lot of these kids need basketball tutorials. Too many times you can train a kid how to do this move, that move, but if they lack the IQ and they lack the knowledge and they can't implement it into half-court offense or know what and why you need to do this, it's a waste of money. So my thing would be, if you feel like your training ain't working, if you feel like you've been paying so much money for a trainer and it ain't working, you probably need to stop training and start watching film. Because if you can increase your basketball IQ, those moves that you're working on at training, those moves that you're working on at practice, those moves that you're working on at home, it'll click for you. And when it click for you like that, now you're able to understand how this training is paying off. But if it don't, you're wasting your time. And if you feel like, if you as a parent is feeling like your kid is wasting their money, if you feel like your kid is wasting y'all money, if you feel like your kid is wasting your time and they just ain't getting better, 9 times out of 10, it's because they not putting in the extra work. They want somebody to work with them. They don't want to work without that person. And that's what's slowing them down. That's what's slowing their development down. And trust me, some of y'all parents need to step back because you ain't gonna always be able to save the day for your kid. And a lot of times, you as a parent is getting in the way of your child's development. Ain't nobody saying nothing though. Ain't nobody telling you like, yo, you might need to step back a little bit because you are getting in the way of your child development. Because you keep trying to save your kid and make all these excuses for your kids. And that's the reason why your kid can't get past certain hurdles. And they might not ever be able to get past them because you think that you can always come to the rescue for your kid, even when your kid is in the wrong. It's not how that works. So stop it while you can. Time gonna go like this. And if you still doing the same thing you was doing last year, still making excuses, you finna get past by. At the end of the day, work on your game, put your head down, don't look at what other people doing, focus on what you supposed to be doing, control what you supposed to be doing. Look yourself in the mirror and quiet the noise, silence your mind, better yourself. Get back to the basics because you done got ahead of yourself. This is a basketball competition. How do you measure yourself?
Why do they call us the can man? Cause anybody can get
Quiet your mind. Yeah. You're too busy worried about time, my boy, be patient. Yeah. You gotta be patient. Yeah. Cause life don't always come at your speed.